Well, hello everybody and welcome back to Lisa's Coloring Corner. I wanted to do one last color and chat for the month of February. The color along was a Sun Life drawing in February, and I was co-hosting this with the awesome Kate from Kate's Coloring Haven. I will link her YouTube channel down below. If you have not already done so, go and check her out. She does both recorded videos and she also does a lot of live streaming, so you get the best of both worlds. And yeah, she's really fun to listen to. Today I am going to color out of the Mosaic Mandala book. This is the black background. I did ask in my last week's color and chat which book you wanted me to color out of for the last color and chat. I only had one person reply back, and I believe she said she would like to see the 3D mandala book colored in. And you think I can find that book? I can't find it anywhere. So I thought, well, let's color out of this one. It is a book that has pictures I think I can get done in one color and chat. So, seeing as how this is the last day of the month, I wanted to do one that I could get done in one shot. This is the first one that I colored, and I'm just going to color this one in order. So, we are going to color this one. Now, I do have to leave in about an hour to run some errands. Boy, this happened last week too, didn't it? So if I don't get this done by the time I have to leave, I will come back and finish it tonight. So, okay, what color scheme do I want to go with? I think I'm going to go with my yellow, orange, and reds. I like that. So I decided I am going to color with my Arteza Everblends for this picture. So I'm going to get out my handy dandy color chart and let's pick out some colors. I want to color it kind of bright because it is on the black background. So I think I'm going to take Sunflower Yellow, which is 944. Okay, get that one out. And a nice bright orange, so we'll take Pumpkin Orange, 9423, and a nice bright red, Tomato Red, 414. Okay, then if we need any additional colors in this, we can always add in like maybe a dark red or something would be pretty. But let's see how it goes with just these three. Now, I'm a little bit shaky right now. My blood sugar had plummeted and I had a couple little pieces of candy, so should be kicking in shortly, but I am a little shaky right now yet. So we'll start out with yellow in the middle, like I do a lot of times. Okay, and then let's go to our orange. So how is everybody doing? This is Saturday, and I do want to get this color and chat up yet today. I would have had this video done already, but I am going with a new mic system. So I do want you guys to let me know what you think about the audio quality. Does it sound better than before? Does it sound worse than before? I had a nice wired mic. Wasn't a real cheap one. It was a nice one because it was the brand that worked with the software that I use. And the way my setup is here on my desk, that wire going from the microphone to where I clipped it on to me, well, let's zoom in a little bit, was constantly in the way. Oh my gosh. If I reached over to the right of me to get any coloring supplies or whatnot, that cord would pull on the arm that I have my camera, my phone up on, and so you guys would wiggle all over the place. And yeah, I just got sick and tired of it. So I looked into wireless mics, contacted the makers of the software that I use for recording, and asked them what wireless mics worked the best. And what they told me, it's the same brand as my wired mic, only this is wireless. So I just have a transmitter clipped to me, and then the receiver that's up by my phone, and then yeah, they just automatically connect together. So it's really cool. I mean, you can walk away and still talk, and you guys will be hearing me plain as day. Don't have to clip and unclip my microphone all the time. But I'm not sure, you know, how the audio quality is going to be. I hope it's going to be okay. Like I said, I was doing some testing. I had recorded a whole bunch of flip-through videos last night so that I could get those out of the way, because I had quite a few videos to record today and tomorrow. So I recorded them all after I did a test, and the test sounded fine on my phone. Go to copy them all over onto my computer, and I listened to the first one then as I had it in the editor, and oh my gosh, I had the transmitter, the mic part, way too close to my mouth. I had it up where I normally put my lav mic, and for that mic it was okay, not for this one. This one picks up everything. So I now have it down by my waist, and I'm hoping, after the test that I did, it seemed to work out fine down there. So please let me know what you think about the audio quality, because I really want to know, because if you think it doesn't sound good, if it's picking up too much other stuff, because it is a very sensitive mic, I want to try placing it somewhere else then. So yeah, I need your feedback, guys. But yeah, it's going to be so much more convenient doing it this way with the wireless option. So that's where I had saved up some of my YouTube money until I could, you know, get enough together to get this system. So all the ads that you watch, you know, that gives me revenue, and all the Amazon affiliate links that you click on that gives me revenue, does all go back into the channel. So I do really appreciate it, and I want to give you guys the best sound and, you know, video quality. So that's why I need your guys' feedback. Because if it doesn't sound or look good, I want to change it. But I won't know unless you guys tell me. I know many of you out there who watch my videos are, you know, silent viewers. You know, you don't like to comment on videos, and that's fine. I do not mind that at all. Just as long as you're, you know, you watch and you're enjoying the videos, that's, you know, maybe giving it a thumbs up. That is all I ask. Ooh, those look pretty, don't they? I like that. Okay, let's get in some more yellows here. I think we'll be able to get by with just these three colors. And you know me, I love my limited color palette. Okay, I'll do all the yellows, and then I think I'll do orange in there. So yeah, I was doing a bunch of testing this morning and things weren't working out. So I kind of blew a couple hours right there. Didn't actually get to recording and having it turn out, hopefully, until after lunchtime, which is definitely not what I was hoping for. Anybody have any big plans for the weekend? Especially seeing as how we have this extra day in February. To me, it's like, it's just another day, right? Doesn't really matter. The weekends still go by just as fast as they always do. Told Bob today, I says, you know, before you know it, it's going to be Sunday night again. I mean, it's like, I always say this, it's like, you know, time goes in double time on the weekends, which is true for those of us who don't work on the weekends. Probably not so much for those of you who do work on the weekends. And while I know I don't actually have a job, kind of is a job to watch the grandkids all day, every day. Oh my. And Heather's been having so many problems at work, and she had to fire somebody this last week who handled a whole bunch of stuff for her. So now she's trying to get another person trained, and that poor girl's been going through hell lately. So there were some days she didn't pick the kids up till like 8 at night. So her long days became my long days. That's why I did very simplistic type of coloring that I enjoyed so much, like my Belva family and my Sunlife drawing. My two favorites. Okay, well, let's make these stars yellow, of course. What else would they be? And, you know, with having the black background, you don't even have to be exact. Another reason I picked this, because I thought we could get through the picture a little bit faster. So I could get this color and chat done. And I am going to be making a separate announcement video, but you know how I said last time I was going to try to catch up on some video requests because I did not have any color alongs planned. Well, I had also mentioned about, you know, possibly doing a Belva family color along in the future, but I didn't know how thrilled you people would be watching me do little X's all the time, you know, to color with. Well, I had a gal contact me and ask if I would like to participate in their Belva family color along. And I'm like, oh my gosh, yes. Of course. Let's see, should we do red here or orange? Let's do red here, I guess. So yeah, that was a no-brainer. I had to say yes to that. But like I said, I will be making a separate video about that. You know, with it being the end of the month, not only do I have my other videos that I wanted to make this weekend, but yeah, have the end of the month videos to make too, so I don't think I'm going to get through all the videos I wanted to this weekend. I always have a ever-growing list, and that's not even including the color and chat requests, or the, the requested videos. So I do really apologize to those of you who, have said I would, like to see this, or I'd like to see you color with this or that. I do have them all written down. Believe me, I do. And I will be getting to them. It's just really hard for me with only being able to do one color and chat a week. It just really limits a person. Hopefully, once Levi starts going to daycare like a day a week, because they're supposed to have where Maddie goes on Wednesdays and Thursdays. Right now they don't accept infants, but they're supposed to have their addition done in spring, so I'm not sure what spring means. But yeah, I may have a free day during the week, so I'm kind of looking forward to that. Let's see, let me take a sip. I did a video last week, and I was showing, let's see, let me figure this out first. Well, let's do it this way. I showed a new marker storage. It was that backpack, for those of you that seen it. And I had stated that I contacted the company to see if they had any additional inserts, those Velcroed shelving type inserts, if that makes any sense. If you've seen the video, you know what I'm talking about. And they said that they would, send me out some, and I never got them, so I did contact them again. And he said, oh, sorry, with the coronavirus scare and stuff, they were, getting behind on things, and that they did have some defective backpacks that it sounded like he was going to be just taking out a couple of those Velcro shelves and sending to me. And I'm like, oh, great, thank you. Yesterday I get this package in the mail via UPS. So I got it extremely quick. And open it up. Here is a whole new backpack. They didn't send me just the additional shelves that I wanted. They sent me a whole new backpack. I'm like, wow. I did not expect that. So, yeah. I mean, and that was in less than a week. I had that second backpack. So I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do with it yet, but the one that I did have, I did want to see if I could fit all of my ultra fine tip and fine tip Sharpies, Bics, what are the other two? Is it Shuttle Art? Can't remember right now. Well, there's Amazon Basics, and then there's two other ones, which I can't think of right off the top of my head. But I'm not sure if all that's going to fit in there or not. So, I'll have to see. I think it would be close if I did have a couple of additional shells on top. So, I'll have to play around with that. Ooh, that's looking pretty, huh? These colors just pop with that black background. That's why I like black background mandala books too. That Benmore book, I have done flip-throughs a number of times of the Benmore book, Mandalas. Oh my gosh, I get notifications constantly about new books that they have put out. I mean, it's like every day, almost. Maybe every other day. But then they'll have like 3, 4 new books out. And it's like, how can you put that many books out all the time? And they all look really neat. I was going to order this one. It's flower mandalas, and it looked really pretty. And then there was a new black background one. Well, actually, they had, I think, 4 new black background ones. So I was going to maybe get one of them. I don't know. I added it to my cart, and now I have it in my save for later area. I'll have to think about it yet. Bills are due, so gotta pay the bills first, right? Okay, let's see. How do I want to do this? Because I was going to repeat out here the red squares and the red there, so we'll make those yellow and orange again. So I'll have yellow and orange all the way around. This isn't going to take long at all, is it? Oh, what am I doing? Okay, I guess we're going with yellow all the way around. I was thinking of other things and not having my mind on my coloring. Oh, I'm being a space cadet today. Just kind of zoning out. Not thinking. Oh well. It's not like it's really a big mistake because it's still going to be the same all the way around. I just didn't want 2 yellows here. But that's okay. You know what I heard on TV the other day? They said that Americans spend 100 billion, that's with a B, dollars on their pets every year. Can you believe that? $100 billion. That's a lot of money on our animals. Holy cow. You know, I'm assuming that's, you know, like veterinarian type of bills and, you know, food and meds and toys. You know, it's got to be everything, but still, we love our pets, don't we? Wow, I couldn't believe it when I heard that. I thought it would have been a lot if it was 100 million, but $100 billion? Wow. Wowie wow. Wonder what they all classify as pets. You know, is it only things you have, you know, for the most part in your house? Like your cats and dogs, although I know dogs, some pet dogs stay outside. But, you know, if that doesn't include like horses, or I know it would most likely include like your little pet hamsters. And I would think most of it, or a lot of it, goes to your cats and dogs. Those probably are the, you know, the most common of pets. So What kind of pets do you guys all have? I have 3 cats named Misty, Midnight, and Callie. Misty and Callie are sisters, but you'd never know it. Oh my gosh. Of course, Misty doesn't get along with anybody. I always call her my sassy pants. She's a little stinker. And she picks on her sister something fierce. They kind of hiss at each other and everything. And Midnight's my old man. Because Bob and I will be going out for 15 years, March 11th. And I had Midnight before I met him. So I believe he is about 16, because I didn't get him too long before I met Bob. So yeah, he's getting pretty old. Not sure how old my girls are. Yeah, I know. I'm bad. I was only supposed to have one of the girl cats, but it was a gal that Bob worked with. And she had these little kittens. They were 8 weeks old. And whichever one wasn't rescued, yeah, I hate to even say what was going to happen to it because it broke my heart. But let's just say it would not be with us anymore. We'll leave it at that. So, I mean, I couldn't bear the thought of that, so I had to rescue both of them. You know, how could you not? So, yeah, instead of one new kitty, I got 2. Had to rescue them both. And, you know, even though they're sisters, they are nothing alike. Nothing. Total opposite personalities. Their looks, well, they're both calico cats, but Misty is longer haired and a very muted. She's not like brown, or she's not like black, orange, and white like Callie is. She is more the muted tone. She's like, instead of black, she's like gray. And instead of the orange, it's just a real pale, I don't even know if you'd call it orange. But yeah, so she's, somebody told me once that it's called a muted calico, and that they're more rare. I don't know. Never heard of a muted calico. All I know is that if you ever happen to have a male calico, that they are extremely rare. I didn't even know there could be a male calico, but that's what I was told. Every once in a while there is a mutation where there is a male calico. I just find it weird that, okay, what did I screw up? Oh, boy, I am just not doing good, am I? Well, we're going to make these both. I'm going to make all of them red here so I can end up with the orange. Oh, Lisa, you're batting 1,000 here today. Yeah. I knew something wasn't coming out, and I'm like, what the heck? What did I do wrong? It's embarrassing when you do not one, but 2 screw-ups in a picture. I don't screw up that much off camera, but it's sometimes hard to talk and color at the same time. especially if you're, you know, thinking about what you're saying and then trying to figure out what needs to be what color at the same time. And forgot a red as I talk with a marker in my mouth. Okay, let's go back to the orange. So I had done all of our taxes a few weeks ago, and I might have mentioned this in a past coloring chat. Bob ended up having to pay in because now being retired and working, he made too much money that they had to count half of his Social Security as income, which of course put him up in another tax bracket. So rather than getting quite a bit of money back, he ended up having to pay in to federal, which really stunk. He was pretty upset, and I don't blame him. So he was electing to, he went and talked to them, and he said, well, I want more, you know, withheld off my check for taxes. So last payday that started, but you know, the more we thought of it, the more, because I did more research on the internet just to make sure that I knew what I was talking about. And he said, well, maybe I should just work 4-day weeks, you know, not work Fridays. I said, yes, that would be a good idea. And I said, and you deserve it. You know, work hard all your life. Going down to 4-day weeks would be a good idea, I think. Okay, let's do, okay, I'm gonna do these stars on the outside first, so then I can kind of determine what I want to do everything else. Yeah, this is going to be a quick coloring chat. We've only been going for a half an hour. Wow. So anyways, yeah, Bob was going to look into possibly going down to 4-day weeks and taking Fridays off. So then he'd have a 3-day weekend every week. But I told him, I says, you may want to rethink that and take Mondays off instead of Fridays, because I have all 3 kids on Fridays, which is always a nightmare. And Bob does not have the patience for kids. You can tell he's never had his own. Because, yeah, I won't even get into it, but I don't think you would enjoy being around here all day long every Friday. I don't think so. Let's see. What shall... Well, we don't have a lot of yellow in here, so let's do this bigger area, and I'm not even on camera. We'll do this bigger area yellow. So yeah, he's not real sure what he's going to do yet. He was still going to figure out, you know, how much he'd be making each week if, you know, he took that time off, and what it would bring his income down to per year and all that good stuff. So we'll see. But like I said, he deserves to go down to 4-day weeks, especially after everything he's been through. For those of you that are newer subscribers, Bob went through esophageal cancer, not last year, the year before, 2018. And yeah, it was hell on him, to say the least. And I think I'm just going to leave the yellow and the orange open. I can just go around and do them both. Good thing about coloring with these alcohol markers on a black background versus, you know, gel pen or even alcohol markers on a white background is I don't have to flip the book around so much and make you guys dizzy. Even though I'm kind of coloring at an awkward angle sometimes, you don't have to be super particular about staying in the lines. Another reason to love black background pictures. Let's go up here. Oh, this is turning out nice and bright, which is exactly what I wanted. I was debating whether to go with the yellows, oranges, and reds, or another favorite is my yellows, greens, and blues. Or if I was just going to pick 3 or 4 really random colors, because that works too. And no matter what the colors are, for a mandala or design, they always look good together, no matter what. Matter of fact, that's right, I haven't done this color combo in quite a while. Was blues and browns, and they really look pretty together. And I hardly ever use brown in my coloring. I'm just not a brown person. So I try to think of, you know, color schemes where I can use brown. You know, you can pick fall colors, like, you know, in here I could have thrown a brown in with it, but I wanted to keep this, like I said, bright. I don't know how brown would look on a black background type of picture, but I already have done that, where I used 4 colors, yellow, orange, red, and brown, and it came out really awesome. Alright, now I think red I will put in the middle and the tip. Yeah. And I think I'm going to do the dots here too. I had to laugh at Bella. It was so hilarious. I had a house showing. For those you new subscribers, I am trying to sell my house and try to find a new house to buy, and it's been hell on earth, let me tell you. Anyhow, won't even get into it. I had a house showing on Thursday. And so, of course, I wanted to do some, you know, last minute tidying up. And, I mean, the house is clean, but, you know, there's always a little bit of dusting to do, last minute vacuuming and things like that. So, I had gotten out I have this feather duster that is made of actual ostrich feathers. Oh my God, did that dog go crazy? She would not leave that feather duster alone. Every time I moved it, she's just jumping off the ground trying to get this feather duster just a yipping and barking away. She wanted that thing in the worst way. It was hilarious. Oh my gosh, I didn't dare try to dust down too low where she could get that thing. She actually ripped one of the feathers out, and I'm like, hey, knock it off. Oh, what a stinker. Okay, let's see. My gosh, we're only at 40 minutes. Wow. Okay, so I think I'll do orange here, because we have quite a bit of yellow in here, especially with my boo-boo there. So we'll do orange here and orange up here. We'll alternate the colors on each side from top to bottom, if that makes any sense whatsoever. I'm probably the only one that understood that. I know what I was saying. So do you think for the color along next month for Belba Family that I am going to absolutely bore you guys to tears by coloring with my X method of coloring? I mean, I guess, you know, most people don't actually watch the coloring. They more listen to the chatting, right? At least I know I do. I love putting on color and chats while I am coloring or diamond painting or, you know, whatever. And so then I'm not watching the coloring for the most part. I like to look up, you know, every once in a while and see their progress, but I'm not sitting there glued to the screen and, you know, watching what they're coloring. So I don't know. Let me know that in the comments below too. You know, both how the audio sounds, and then let me know what you think about the Belba Family color along for next month. Or do you think it would be better for me to color it in solid rather than X's? I don't think I know how to color in solid anymore. Because I just enjoy doing it the other way now. Yes, I love sitting down in my chair, relax at night with a Belba Family book and my either Inkonics, Twine markers, or my 100 set of shuttle arts. The other one I was going to try is I have the dual tip Limoche markers, which has a brush tip on one end and then the fine liner on the other, and that's, I believe, a 100 set also. So I'm like, maybe we could try that one too. So of course I have, you know, all of the Belba Family books have the exact same color palette. So let's see, let's do the red on the outside too. So of course, you know, I write down the colors that I have chosen from each color medium, and I keep that and I have it typed up. And when I get around to making the video that's been on my to-do list for a while, showing how I've redone my, I don't know what to call it. I was going to call the video, you know, showing my organizational binders, but it's really 2 color chart binders and then this other little mini binder that I am keeping all my color by number color palettes together in. So I don't know what to call the video, but I'll think of something, I guess. So yeah, I'll be showing how I have all of them organized too. Yeah, I'm quite OCD about it all. I really am. Okay, what time is it? Oh yeah, okay. So, my other videos, or at least a few anyhow. I guess I'll see what I can get done tonight yet. I have a couple of reviews to do. So, see if I can get those done tonight anyhow. Busy, 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 right? Well, that is so much better than, you know, thinking, oh gosh, you know, what can I do for a video today? But I guess there's always something, you know, if it's a color and chat, or it's showing your collection of this kind of book, or, you know, there's always something to do a video on. My thing is, if you're doing a color and chat, is, you know, I hope I don't run out of things to talk about. That's my biggest fear. Am I going to run out of things to say? Wouldn't be much of a color and chat without the chatting, would it? Be kind of boring. That's why while it is really neat to watch speed coloring, because I love to see the process, and seeing it all coming together is really neat. In some respects, I don't know, because like I said, I like to color and listen. I'm not one to be watching the screen constantly. Well, if it's a sped up coloring with no chatting, you know, like there are a few colorists who do that, you know, then you have to sit there and watch the screen. But I still do watch them periodically, because like I said, and a few of them colorists just, oh, do amazing work. What is the one that I do watch? Julie, oh gosh, Bovary or something like that? I can't remember now. I recognize the name when I look at it in my YouTube, what is it called? Not the recommended. You know, your list of notifications. That's it. But, yeah. Oh my goodness. 48 minutes. Wow. We are done with this. I did kind of rush through it though, didn't I? Oh my heaven, I love how this turned out though. Oh, I think it turned out so pretty. Let's zoom back in just a tad. There. Oh my heavens. These Arteza Everblends work out great on this Amazon paper, if you are wondering. They're not, they don't spread out, they don't bleed out as much as my, what are they, master markers? Because the master markers are so super juicy that on this really thirsty Amazon paper, the Sunlife Drawing and Jade Summer use the same type of paper. And alcohol markers are definitely going to spread like crazy on these. These work really good though. Like I said, my master markers, I love the master markers. But yeah, on this kind of paper, because they are so juicy, they do spread. So I think this is the first time I've colored with these on this type of Amazon paper. And yeah, it worked out really good. So again, I will link this book down below in the description. I do think that turned out really pretty. I love that one too, of course. But I think that one's just really nice and bright. And that's why with the black background mandalas, I love picking these nice bright colors. Although, I bet you some pretty pastels and stuff in here would be really pretty too, now that I think of it. So maybe I'll do pastel. Oh, isn't that one pretty? Maybe I'll try some pastel colors in there. Maybe with my 180 set Caligirts, because there's some pretty pastels in there. Anyhow, that is the end of our last color and chat for, no, our last color and chat for, I'll get this out yet, for the Sun Life Drawing in February color along that myself and Kate from Kate's Coloring Haven are co-hosting. And again, I will leave a link to her YouTube channel down in the description below. So I hope you enjoyed this color and chat. I thank you very much for joining me and for watching this video. If you enjoyed this, please hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. If you're new to my channel, don't forget to hit that notification bell so you know when I put out new content. I hope everybody is having a great weekend so far, and as always, happy coloring. Bye guys.